That was Sparrows by Corey Asbury on KFEX Firescape Radio 93.1. The best mix of Christian music you can hear anywhere. I hope you've enjoyed that this afternoon. Good evening. My name is Dave Rimbold, and welcome to a night of Friday Night Lights here in Independence, Kansas. Chanute High School is ready to take the field after 2 weeks off, a COVID-enforced absence. Off the field, and it's like it's game one all over again for the Blue Comets and this Independence High School team as well. They're also coming off a couple-week quarantine, unrelated incidents that forced these teams off the field, but it just so happened that they lined up the same way, and now they're both coming off of 2-week breaks, and we're going to have a football game here tonight. And in this age, in this era, this time we're in right now, I think all we can do is just be glad they get to play this week because we don't know what's going to happen next week or the week after. So we're going to enjoy the moment tonight for these young people to take the field, play in a little competition, and help us to forget about everything else for a couple hours. We're going to live vicariously through them and root for the best. And it's going to be fun. Chanute High School versus Independence High School tonight, the Blue Comets and the Bulldogs. You're going to hear it here right on KFEX. Also, we would like to recognize and thank the Chanute High School tech classes. We work in partnership with them, so you're also hearing me live on YouTube on the stream right now, and Facebook Live. Look, there's way too many people have access to my voice right now. This is absurd. And but thank you to the class. They work hard. They bring you all these graphics on the video. If you haven't checked out the stream, you definitely should. But we partner with them at KFEX because we are part of the Firescape Youth Ministry. We love the teens, and hopefully they love us back. But it's not necessary. We don't need them to love us. We just want them to love us, right? Yeah. So we're ready for football. I'm Dave. You're the football listener, and we're about to have a football game. And we're excited to bring it to you. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I will preview the most that I know about these two teams because it's almost like week one again. And we'll talk about the game and we'll have kickoff when we come back. You're listening to KFEX, Firescape Radio 93.1, and watching us on YouTube and Facebook Live. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Seen too many of them take away or something, and then they
Yeah.
them back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe kids don't do that anymore. But
I don't know. We always joke with some of them about that. Yeah, you know about. I was trying to think. I've worked for this guy for. I think this is my 10th year. And when I first started, it was just rings. Now we've got the class tags, we've got the bracelets, the necklaces, the jewelry that looks like it's expensive jewelry, that luxe jewelry. I haven't had one like that, but I've had them around 1,000. You know, you still try to discourage
Well, he
them.
just bought the gold, the real gold 14 karat. When I pulled that, it was like
Oh yeah, yeah. And we try to. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody that want that because they don't think the alloy is as good. And I said, really, the alloy will wear a lot better
typically
than the gold.
gold is soft. Even silver is soft. The yellow is hard.
Their key to winning probably rests on his shoulders. Independent's a young team, a lot of juniors, but their quarterback is a sophomore, so a bright future ahead for Independence. For Chanute, we're at 1-1. That week 1 win was really a miracle in a lot of ways, as it was Jackson Combs running the kickoff back for a touchdown with nearly no time left on the clock to give us a win in week 1. Week 2 was against Pittsburgh. That was 2 weeks ago. And that was really, kind of Chanute just being kind of outmatched. Pittsburgh, a 5A school, bigger school, and Chanute dealing with injuries. They had kids quarantined at that point. So it'll be interesting to see this game tonight, because what we have tonight might be the team at its best strength they've been at all year as far as the numbers on the sideline. However, you're still dealing with a backup quarterback, Cam Kester. Eric Irby still injured, nursing that collarbone. He'll be out probably for the year. And so you've got Cam Kester, quarterback. Curtis Harris, I don't believe, is suiting up for this game. He had a pretty gnarly ankle twist, or at least that's what it looked like to us. Of course, we don't get that information, but he was injured in that week 1 game as well. So what we're looking at this week, still, even with those injuries, is maybe this team at its highest strength that it's been. And hopefully you're going to see a Chanute team that comes out and shakes off the rust quickly to get into this game. We are about ready for game time. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff on KFEX Firescape Radio 93.1.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 or 3 ring companies that bid on those Super Bowl and World Series and so forth. They said where the money is, though, is not in the rings, but with the necklaces and bracelets that they sell their significant others. So they can afford to cut them a deal on the rings.
Yeah.
We are back. Independence High School in Independence, Kansas. Actually, we're not at the high school. We're just in Independence, Kansas, at their football field here in town, Riverfront Park in Independence, Kansas, and we are ready for football. They got 12 minutes on the clock. The band is getting their stuff off the field now. We're getting ready for football. The captains were out. Tyson Lucas and Riker Donovan were the captains for your Chanute Blue Comets, and it appears that they will get the ball first here to start the game. So that means Indy will have won the toss and deferred. And we are ready for football. Whew, take it in. Enjoy it, everybody. 2 weeks off of football because of quarantines and such, and we're ready for another game under the Friday Night Lights. And what a beautiful night. Gorgeous night that God has given us for these young people to play some football. And we're getting ready. The kick is being prepared. The kicker talking to the referee. Chanute has Ty Leedy and Caden Seamster back to receive this kick. And now we are ready to go as Independence lines up to get this ball game underway. We're ready for football here in Independence. Chanute Blue Comets with their 1-1 record. The clapping begins. The hand is up. Here comes the kicker for Independence. He pooches it. It's going to land about the 32. Bounce into the arms of a Chanute player who pulls over his own blocker. Then is wrestled down at the 36-yard line. And that is where Chanute will take over on their first possession of the game. The Blue Comet offense will take the field now. Independence, not a lot of beef on their line. They got one kid who looks pretty big, number 73, Sharon Carroll Jones. He's a junior. But other than that, not a lot of beef on the line for Independence. Here comes Chanute. We've got Cam Kester at quarterback. Wide receivers Dagan Dean. Trips to the far side. He's got a running back next to him. Here's a man in motion. That's Garrett Allman, who comes up behind him, turns, gives to Allman as the running back, who's straight up the middle, bowling over tacklers to the 41, gain of about 4. That was a new little wrinkle for Chanute. Garrett Allman, wide receiver / tight end, taking the handoff straight up the middle. Kester comes in. Second down and a long 6. On the first drive of the game. Blake Atwood out at receiver, also Kedrick Emling. Kester in the shotgun. He's got the snap. He turns, gives the ball to Donovan, who's got a big hole up the middle. 50, 45, 40, and inside the 40 as he rattles off a 20-yard plus run with a huge hole up the middle. Riker Donovan is excited. That is probably the biggest hole he's seen all year. I told you, Independence line does not have a lot of beef on it. It's lean beef. And Chanute may have some gaps up there. It's going to be quite the change from playing Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, who had 300-pounders on their line. So Chanute, 1st and 10 from the Independence 39-yard line. Here's Kester. He's got 2 running backs on either side of him, 3 wide receivers in the shotgun. The snap, he turns, fakes the handoff. Now he's looking to pass. Waggles out to his left. He avoids a tackler. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's forced out of bounds after a good gain of about 7 yards. So Kester didn't force a throw there. Smart play by the quarterback. Took the yardage after making a man miss in the backfield. That'll bring up second down. Boy, they did not give him a favorable spot. We'll call it second and a long 5, I guess. Looked like he got more than that. But again, that's the far sideline. Second down and 6, it says on the scoreboard. From the Independence 35. First drive of the game for Chanute, but they're moving. Allman in motion. He's going to come in the backfield again. It's a little toss to him to the right. He picks up a block, turns it forward upfield to get maybe a couple before he's tripped up. So Chanute maybe deciding that they're going to get the ball into the hands of some of their playmakers a little bit more. without having Cam throw the ball as much. To bring up 3rd down and 3. So 2 runs to Garrett Allman now. Most definitely for the 4-down territory, I'm guessing, for Chanute. So I'll have 2 plays to get 3 yards. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. First drive of the game. Kester in the shotgun. He's got Donovan next to him. He turns, fakes the handoff, now throws to a receiver, but over Allman's head. I'm not sure whether that was intended for Allman or for the receiver who was behind him, Kedrick Emling. But he just kind of floated that one out there. If it was intended for Allman, it looked like it maybe got away from him a little bit. I'll bring up 4th down. And as we said, Chanute will go for it on 4th and 3 from the Independence 32. So this is something Chanute has struggled with, good drives into opponent territory and having them end on downs. We'll see if they can pick up the first here. Kester's got the snap. He's looking to his right, and the ball is some miscommunication right there, incomplete. The receiver was Dagan Dean, but he turned the opposite direction of where that throw went, and Independence holds and will take over on downs. 9:41 to go here in the first quarter, and now Independence will take over. With their first offensive possession, we'll get our first look at Easton Ewing, sophomore quarterback. 6'5" sophomore quarterback for Independence. Running back in the backfield with him in a interesting formation. Here's the turn, the gives to the slot back as he kind of runs it into the middle, and he's got a gain of maybe a couple before he is wrapped up by number 54, Colton Lacrone. Well, Chanute's defense, we had noted in week 1 especially that they look pretty good. It's hard to take anything away from week 2 against Pittsburgh. But Chanute's defense should be a strength this year. Ewing brings them up to the line. That bunch formation again for Independence. Ewing will take the snap with one wide receiver. Now here's the snap. He's going to give to the slot back again on a little sweep action, and he's got some room and going to pick up the first down, forced out of bounds somewhere around the 42 or 3. And he was forced out by number 8, Braxton Harding. So they've given to that kind of a slot back off to the right of the formation on a little misdirection play here twice in a row. It's got them a first down on their own 43, does Independence. So Ewing in the shotgun again. That is number 6 they've been handing to Davis Merrick. Here's Ewing. This time he's going to give to Merrick again. Same play. He's got a hole, and there is a tackle. A few yards after the play, we're going to get a holding most likely on this play as Almond read it as it was the same play they'd run for previous 2. And Almond was there to make the play, and he got wrestled to the ground to give that running back a hold. It is going to be holding. So Independence will move back. Well, an interesting start here from the Bulldogs, as they have run the exact same play on the first 3 plays of this game. Even with the hold, they were only going to pick up a couple there. And now it'll be first down and 20, all the way back on their 33. 8:40 to go here in the first. First drive for Independence. We're scoreless. Ewing now with a different formation. 3 receivers to the far side. He's a little swing pass to the wide receiver out there. He's going to try and beat him to the outside. Now he cuts it up and gets a few yards. We've got I believe we may have had a penalty flag fly. Gain of 5 as it stands, but let's take a look at this flag. It's usually in the place of a bad block on the offense. It is a illegal block. Looks a block to the back on Independence. We're going to scoot them back again. They'll send them back. So Independence, after a positive play, moving backwards now. A couple penalties on them. It's going to be first down and 25. Well, they move any farther back, they're going to be in the zoo. First and 25 from their own 27 now. Back to that bunch formation. Here's Ewing. He's got the snap, and he's going to fake the handoff. Now it's an option to the right. He pitches. Defense is there. Nice move by the running back to maybe get a yard. But Riker Donovan jumped that pitch and forced him back to the inside, and the defense was there. And so a good play right there by the defense, and that's going to go down as a 2-yard gain for Independence. So far, the defense has looked pretty good for Chanute. Ewing in the shotgun. He's got Charlie Tucker next to him. Here's the snap. He turns. Now he's waggling out to his right, looking to pass. He lets one go down the field. Little out pattern is caught. They say he brought it in. Maybe Hayden Smith on that catch. Independence has these fancy jerseys with a weird font on their numbers. I'm trying to get you the names, but forgive my 44-year-old eyes. Anyways, that brings up 3rd down and 14. So we'll see if Chanute can hold here. Ewing in the shotgun, the sophomore quarterback for Independence. He's got a running back next to him and 3 wide receivers to the far side. And we've got a stoppage in play and a timeout to Independence. Timeout. We're going to take it with them. Minute break here. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX Firescape Radio. Zero zero the score. Chanute and Independence scoreless. Independence with their first offensive possession of the game. 6:48 to go here in the first. They're facing a 3rd and 14 from their own 39. It's Ewing in the shotgun. He's got trips to the near side. He's back to pass. Chanute just bringing a 3-man rush. They're going to force him out of the pocket, and now he's going to try and run it. He's going nowhere. Oh, he shakes off a tackle. Well, that was a good shake. He escaped the clutches of Colton LaCrone, only to end up in the hands of Ty Leedy. And that is going to bring up 4th down, and what I'm assuming is an Independence punt. So Chanute holds on their first defensive possession of the game, and they look good doing it. Gave up a 1st down, but a lot of penalties for Independence. Cut short the drive. So the punting team is out. Here comes the snap. It's a good one. The punt is up, and it's a long, high punt. Kester's got the fair catch and goes to the ground to make it, but he does at the 21-yard line. That is where Chanute will take over with their 2nd offensive possession of the game. 6:30 left here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Chanute moved the ball pretty well, but then turned the ball over on downs inside the Independence 30. So we'll see if they can replicate that success again. Had some big holes on the line in the running game. And Kester just misfired on a couple pass plays here in that first drive. We'll see if there's any alterations to the play calling here to lean on the run a little bit more for the Blue Comets. 1st and 10 from their own 21. Kester in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the near side. Here's the snap. He turns, gives to Riker. Big hole on the right. He's got 30, 35, bowling over people to the 39-yard line. That is an 18-yard gain for Riker Donovan. He's touched the ball twice and had huge gains on both of them. 1st and 10 for Chanute upcoming. And boy, if that's the case, if every time you run the ball up the middle, you're going to have holes like that, you may not have to have Cam Kester throw this ball. We've got an equipment timeout here. They're sending someone over to the sideline. That's 54, Colton Lacrone. And he is, he must have an equipment failure of some sort. They're sending out number 67 to take his place. That's junior Nate Cunningham, 6'1", 305-pounder. Now we've got a timeout for Chanute in general. We'll keep it right here. So 6:12 to go. It's 0-0 still. Chanute with their second offensive possession. Have had some success running the ball, especially up the middle and off tackle with Riker Donovan. Donovan, the 6', 217-pound senior, running back and a linebacker. I like to call him the microwave. Maybe the deep freeze. Maybe that's a better nickname, the deep freeze. Some sort of heavy appliance. That's all I'm saying. It's in progress. It's a work in progress. Here comes the offense back out onto the field. If someone comes up with a better appliance nickname for Riker, all ideas will be entertained. Ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Chanute. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the near side. Kester in the shotgun. Here comes Allman in motion behind the quarterback. It's a pitch back to Allman, who's going to throw. He's got a man. He's got to wait for it, but it's caught. 30, 25, 20, 15. What a trick play. The ball came out, but they're going to say ground caused the fumble. He was down, and Dagan Dean on the reception from Garrett Allman on a little trickery on that play. Well, they had set that play up with a couple Garrett Allman runs, which was a new wrinkle, and that is the end goal of that new wrinkle was Garrett Allman, who is a former middle school quarterback, if I remember right. He can throw that ball, and he lofted one out there. And the Blue Comets are in business on 1st and 10 from the Independence 15-yard line. A bunched-up formation here for Kester. He's got Donovan with him in the backfield. This could be a run. Here comes the snap. It is a jet sweep. The guy blocking to the right down inside the 10. Defenders force him out somewhere around the 7-yard line. That was number 16, Blake Atwood. Blake, a 6', 264-pound senior wide receiver. That's the first jet sweep we've seen tonight from the Blue Comets. Well, the jet sweep was such a key part of their offense last year with Briley Peavy. They have not gone to it as much this year so far, but you don't have that kind of speed you did with Briley. Briley was a magnificent athlete. 2nd down and 3 from the Independence 8. Kester has got the snap. He gives to Riker. Big hole to the right. 5, touchdown, untouched. And Riker Donovan is in the end zone with an 8-yard touchdown. And the Blue Comets take the lead with 5:44 to go here in the first on an 8-yard Riker Donovan run.
Davey, give me Independence real quick.
Out comes Tyson Lucas for the extra point.
To the right, Tyson.
Here's the snap. The placement is down. The kick is up, and it is true. Chanute leads it 7-0. We got 5:44 to go enter in the first. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX Firescape Radio 93.1.
Davey, give me a wide shot.
Welcome back, Independence, Kansas, where Chanute has just taken a 7-0 lead. 5:44 to go here in the first. The Blue Comets teeing the ball up. That's Tyson Lucas. Tyson, a 6-foot senior kicker. Independence back to receive. They got a couple guys standing on near the 10-yard line. We'll see what Chanute does with it. Chanute known for their special teams trickery. Here's Tyson. It is a deep kick, booming kick. Chases the Independence receiver. It's a little reverse on, no, fake reverse. Down at the inside the 5. Now he's got some room and blockers. 15, 20, flag flies. 35, 40. Tyson slowed him up enough for the defense to catch up. Tyson Lucas, the kicker, made the play. This one might be coming back anyways. The Independence return is out past the 50, but this is not going to stand as Independence has been plagued with injuries here early on. It is an illegal block in the back, and that'll send Independence back. Well, penalties have been the name of the game for Independence Bulldogs here early. And they're showing a little bit more of the rust of that 2-week layoff than maybe Chanute has. Both these teams coming off of 2-week COVID layoffs due to quarantining. It's just so hard right now with that, knowing that any one of these kids could get sick on Monday and test positive, and then they'd have another 2 weeks off. Enjoy these games while you get to play them, young people. 5:31 to go here in the first. Chanute leads 7-0. Independence takes over on their own 14 after the penalty. Here's Ewing. He's got the snap. He turns, toss sweep to the right, almost bobbled, but now he's got it upfield and makes a couple guys miss, and a good gain for Independence on that run. Gain of maybe 4 or 5. I'm trying to see what his number was. Again, they have a weird font that their numbers are in. Gain of 4 on the play. Independence going with this bunched up formation with 2 kind of slot backs who are kind of catty wampus behind the line. Now here's a turn, another toss sweep out to the right to number 22 as he's got some running room. Out past the first down, gain of about 7 or so. We've got a Chanute player hurt on the play. Well, looked like he got blocked low. Got tripped up on the play. It's going to be a first down for Independence as Chanute will tend to the player down. I can't see who that is. I thought it looked like number 13. If that's the case, that is not good. So we can't, trying to zoom in on the stream here to get a good look at who that player is down for Chanute. Doesn't appear to be in a whole lot of pain, but he's not getting up yet. 4:42 to go here in the first quarter. Chanute leads 7-0. And yeah, he's hurting, and that is Cam Kester. Well, he is the quarterback. He is the backup quarterback. We've already lost starting quarterback Eric Erb. And now the backup quarterback is walking off the field very gingerly. This sets up an interesting issue for Chanute. Now, so far in this young season, Caden Seamster, the freshman, has been the backup quarterback, I think, to Kester. He's at least gotten mop-up duty time, so we'll see what happens here if Kester cannot continue. He walked off the field of his own power, but he was walking very gingerly. So we'll see what happens. The game, back to the game, it's first down and 10 now for Independence. Ball on their own 26. It was a first down run by number 22, Charlie Tucker. Easton Ewing in the shotgun. Now here's the snap. He turns, fakes the handoff. It's going to be an option to the right. He's going to pitch to the running back. He's got a defender all over him in the backfield, and he's crushed. Well, number 8 Braxton Harding held him up, and Riker Donovan finished him off. And a good defensive play right there holds them to about 1.5 yards. Second down and a short 9 upcoming for the Bulldogs. We'll see if I can get you who the backup end of the defense is. That appears to be Caden Seepster is there as well. So we got a freshman and a cornerback. 4 minutes and counting here in the first. Chanute leads 7-0. Second down and 9. Here's the snap to Ewing. Ewing give a little inside handoff to number 25. He's got a big hole to the right. Makes a couple man miss. Down to the 45. Now all the way down to the 48-yard line before he's wrestled down by number 2 sophomore Dagan Dean. So Independence showing a little life on the ground now. Well, what this formation is doing for Independence is it presents 3 or 4 different options for Independence right off the snap. You got the quarterback, and you've basically got 3 running backs. And a lot can be done with that. And right now, and I'm assuming they run this because they don't have a lot of size on the line, so they need to use misdirection. Here's the snap again. Inside handoff to 25 again. This time he's tripped up, but not until he got a good 4 yards. So Independence enjoying their best drive of the game. That appeared to be number 25, I think. Second down and 6 from the Chanute 48 as they've crossed into Chanute territory for the first time. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first. We'll see if Chanute's defense can rebound here now that they've taken a couple punches from this Independence offense. Here's the snap, turn, little running play that was kind of a trick, kind of different, and a great play by Kedrick Emling, the junior, who was in the backfield. He wasn't fooled by the misdirection that time. That's going to be a loss of a couple. He's going to set up a 3rd and 12 now, which is going to lose more like 3 or 4 yards. And now Independence will be tempted to put this ball in the air. Here's the snap. Ewing is back to pass, waggling to his right. He's looking down the field. He lets one fly to the outside. It's caught. Well, great pass. We mentioned at the top, Easton Ewing, sophomore quarterback for Independence, has been their offense focal point for most of their season so far. And they hadn't really shown that here on this drive. It had been all runs, but that time Ewing shows you the arm. They've got a first down to the Chanute 40. They're able to mix up their offense, and this could be a tough night for Chanute's D. Keep them guessing. 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Bulldogs. Ewing in the shotgun. He's got Charlie Tucker behind him. Those 2 slot backs back there as well. Here's a turn. Inside handoff, number 25. This time, number 54, Colton Lacrone, has got him in the backfield. Big loss. Well, those inside handoffs, Chanute starting to sniff some of those out. You wonder if the play action is coming for Independence. As Chanute's defenders starting to key on those handoffs now. Under a minute to go. Chanute leads 7-0, but Independence on the Chanute half of the field. 2nd and 15 upcoming. Now a different formation in the pistol. Ewing, he's got the snap. He's back to pass again. He's looking to his right. Now looks back left. Little crossing pattern is too far for a receiver, off his fingertips. Pass intended for Camden Julian, defended by Ty Leedy. And the defender was in pretty good position there. But a good pass, a perfect pass would have had the receiver. But that's a tough one. Waggled out to his right, asking a sophomore quarterback to then throw a bullet back to his left.
Okay, well, we're on camera too, so want me to change
At any rate, it is 3rd down and 15. Upcoming here for Independence on the Chanute 45. Chanute, 3 men on the line. Now the rest of the defense scoots up. Easton Ewing in the shotgun for Independence. He's directing traffic. He's got the snap. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. He lets one down the sidelines. Ball is caught over the shoulder pad at the 10. And that's going to go in for the touchdown. A 45-yard pass. Wow. To number 18, Hayden Smith. He caught that ball on his shoulder pad. What a play by Hayden Smith. Now Independence will try the extra point to tie this ball game up. Well, number 16 on the coverage there, Blake Atwood, he turned to look for the ball and he just turned his head the wrong way. Bad timing, bad luck for him. The kick is up and it is good. We're tied up with 24 seconds to go here in the first. It's 7-7. You're listening to Blue Comet Football here on KFEX. We're back at Independence. Independence has tied it up on an exciting 48-yard pass play. Hayden Smith literally caught the ball on his shoulder pad and ran it in for the score. Now here's a squib kick, and it's fielded successfully by Chanute player on the line, and he was all over it. He gobbled it up like I do dinner. Jacob Brinkman, the junior, 6'2", 267-pounder, enveloped the ball like it was a newborn babe. 23 seconds, and Chanute will start this third offensive possession on their own 47-yard line. So good starting field position for the Blue Comets. They have moved the ball rather easily tonight. When they have stopped, it has been on their own mistakes. Now, we are faced with a new quarterback. New quarterback in the game is number 12, Caden Seamster, the freshman. Kester was hurt in that last defensive possession. You might remember, here's the handoff to Riker. Riker went to his right. Now he tries to turn it up, but he's going to have nothing there. And a fired-up Independence is there to gang tackle him for no gain. And that will tick off the seconds here on the first quarter. Well, we're going to go to quarter number 2. Chanute and Independence tied 7-7. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX, Firescape Radio 93.1, in partnership with the Chanute Tech Classes on their YouTube streaming page. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. It's 2nd down and 10 from the Chanute 47. Here's Caden Seamster. He's got the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to beat the rush. Out to the left. He stiff arms the defender, turns it up past the 50 and down to the Independence 44. Well, a tough run by the freshman, Caden Seamster. And what we've seen out of him so far has been kind of exciting to see a freshman out there doing things like that. Caden is 6'1", 177-pounder. That's going to bring up 3rd and very short for the Chanute Blue Comets in Independence territory. Seamster in that shotgun formation. He's got 4 wide receivers and a running back next to him that looks like Ty Leedy. Here's the snap. He turns, gives to the handoff is to Leedy, who's got a big hole up the middle. He's bouncing off defenders into the 30, 25, 20, all the way down to the 16-yard line, and Ty Leedy like a pinball wizard. You can almost hear the sound effects going with him on that run. Ty Leedy electric. Sophomore, 5'9", 147-pounder. I like that nickname. Ty Leedy the pinball. 7-7, this game's tied, but Chanute threatening. 1st down and 10 from the Independence 15-yard line. The freshman in the shotgun, Caden Seamster, in because of a Kester injury. Man in motion is Allman. Here's the snap. Behind him, handoff to Allman. Bruiser up the middle. He's got a few yards, spinning off a tackler to get that extra yard. Garrett Allman, 6'2", 205-pound senior. They're going to give him a couple. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Seamster's got the play. Running back onto the field. Rejoins the huddle. 20 on the play clock. They line up. A bunch formation for Chanute. Seamster in the gun. He's got Donovan next to him. This has been a run. Now it is a fake jet sweep back to the reverse. Number 16. He's got some room inside the 5. Stretches out his long frame to the 4. That was Blake Atwood. Little trickery there as they faked a jet sweep one way and hit him with the reverse the other way. 1st down and goal upcoming just inside. Well, they're going to mark him at the 5. I don't know how that works, but we'll go with it. Chanute very successful right now at running this football. Independence having trouble coming up with answers. Seamster still on the sideline as the play clock runs. It looks like we're going to get a timeout here, as he is making no attempt to get off the sidelines. It is, in fact, a Chanute timeout. Their 2nd of the half. We'll take it with them. It's tied up 7-7 here in the the second quarter, but Chanute is threatening. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX. We are back. Chanute 1st and goal from the 5. Bunched up formation. 3 men behind Seamster, who's under center. Turns, gives to the tailback as Leedy, and Leedy this time not pinballing off of anybody, as an Independence defender was there to stuff that run in the backfield, and he'll lose 2 on the play. We are under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. 7-7. Seamster brings the play in here. What will they let the freshman quarterback do? He's in there because of an injury to Cam Kester. He's in the shotgun. He's got trips to the near side. Donovan beside him. Blitz looking like it's coming. Here it comes. Handoff to Donovan, who's got some blocking. Turns to the field, 5. Carrying tacklers down inside the 3. And a 3rd and goal upcoming for Chanute. Riker Donovan bowls his way down to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal upcoming. Under 8 minutes to go now here in the first half. So Chanute using some clock here on this drive. Actually, we're going to say the ball's on the 2 now. And a bunch formation again here for Chanute on 3rd and goal. Seamster under center. He turns and just runs it up. He gets the snap and just ran it straight forward. The freshman quarterback with his first score of the year. A 2-yard touchdown run for Caden Seamster. And Chanute retakes the lead.
Do we need the graphic or we're gonna break?
Chanute will line up for the extra point. They're running on a guy late. Here is the snap. The ball skipped to him, and it kind of befuddled the placement of that hold, and the kick is no good. Chanute leads it 13-7. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX. .739 to go here in Independence, where Chanute has just taken a 13-7 lead on the Independence Bulldogs. Freshman quarterback Caden Seamster pressed into service after an injury to Cam Kester. I guess you would say he was the 3rd-string quarterback coming into this season, was Seamster, and he has impressed. Led that offense right down the field. Unstoppable running game right now for Chanute, at least for Independence. Tyson Lucas has the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. He moves forward. Here is the kick. It is a short kick to one of the up men on the 20. He's running off to his left, and he's almost wrapped up, but a missed tackle is taken care of. Who was that? Number 25, Quentin Harris. The junior was just a laser beam flying down there and got a piece of the runner. Couldn't quite bring him down, but he went down at the 31-yard line, and that's where Independence' next drive will start. Well, Independence moved the ball pretty well last time, and it ended with a 48-yard touchdown pass. Kind of a circus catch by Hayden Smith from Easton Ewing. It was a great pass. Easton Ewing has looked great. Pair of young quarterbacks right now. Now we have a player running onto the field late for Independence. They were playing short in the man, and now Independence is going to have to call a timeout. Well, they were set and ready to snap that play. And the Independence coach is beside himself as they take their second timeout of the first half. Well, God bless these kids and these teams. It's like week 1 all over again. Both of these teams are coming off 2-week quarantines. This is love and football, if I may borrow the title of a classic and change it a little bit. But both of these teams are searching for rhythms. Chanute was able to practice with about half the team for most of this past week. And they've looked a little bit more crisp on offense than Independence has. Independence has had a lot of penalties. Boy, Easton Ewing at quarterback for Independence. And behind him, I can't see his number, but whoever the running back is behind him is one of the smallest kids I've ever seen. I think that's Nate Davis. Now here's the turn and give to Nate, who shakes off our tackler. And he's stood up by Riker Donovan after a gain of about 8. Well, that is not Nate Davis. It's number 31, Ian Johnson, a sophomore for Independence. And when he was standing next to the 6'5" sophomore quarterback for Independence, looked like he was in the wrong place. But he got that ball and he ran it very well. We're going to go under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Chanute leads 13-7. Second down and short. 2nd and 2 on their own 39. Same backfield. Ewing and Ian behind him. Now here's a jet sweep that is sniffed out by Ty Leedy, who hits him in the backfield and brings him down. Ty Leedy is just a lightning rod out on that field. On offense and defense, the pinball, as I've called him for about 10 minutes. And I think it's going to stick 6 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 now for Independence. This is a big 3rd down for them, as this is probably not a place where they can go for it on 4th. Ewing in the backfield. He's got 2 wide receivers. Here's the snap. It looked like an offensive player may have moved early, but now he's got a little toss pass out to the left, and it was a good touch pass and caught, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Out there to Camden Julian, a freshman for Independence. So Independence, a very young team, but some talented kids out there. 1st and 10 for Independence, 42-yard line. Well, Easton Ewing has been as advertised for the Bulldogs, the sophomore quarterback. Tall and lanky. He is in the shotgun again with those 3 backs around him. Here's the snap. It's the give behind him to one of the running backs. It's a long developing play. So it looked like he ran for about 10 yards, but he's only going to gain about 3 before he's tripped up. 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Number 80 into the game for Independence. Jamison Jarnigan has fabulous hair. 2nd down and 7, we'll call it. Independence in that same bunched up pistol formation. Here's Ewing. He's got a man motion behind him. He fakes the handoff. It's an option out to the right. Fakes the pitch. But he's wrapped up and brought down by number 9, Kedrick Emling. After a gain of about 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 5. We'll call it 6. 3rd and 6. Ball on the 46 of Independence. They're approaching a place where they might consider going for it on 4th down if they were not able to pick this up. They picked up the last one. Every time they've asked Easton Ewing to throw the ball, the sophomore quarterback has been game. They've got that bunched pistol formation again. We'll watch those 2 slot backs. He's back to pass. He's looking for a receiver out on the left, and that ball was maybe deflected by Garrett Almond, as Easton just didn't get that one up enough. And Chanute's defense is going to put Independence in a 4th down situation, and they'll run the punting unit out on the field. So Chanute's defense allows a couple 1st downs, but holds. And it appears that they will get the ball back with 4:11 to go here in the first half to try to widen this 13-7 lead. Punter is back. Almond is back to receive, and here's the kick. It is a good high kick, and Almond's going to let it hit. It's going to take a sideways bounce. A Chanute player got belted, and that's going to be a flag. Number 25, that was Quentin Harris, the junior. Well, they say keep your head on a swivel out there, or you might get personally fouled. It is a block in the back on Chanute. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. The rule remains. Keep your head on a swivel, or you might get legally plowed. As Quentin took his eye off the ball there for a second, was standing near the ball. I think I've heard that before. If you're standing around the ball, and you're just kind of standing there, someone's going to hit you. And Quentin felt the force of that unwritten rule. He's fine, by the way. First down and 10 for Chanute on their own 14. 4:03 to go here in the first half. Freshman quarterback Caden Seamster has been impressive in his relieving of Cam Kester, who went off with an injury earlier. Now he's back to pass, his first pass of the game. He lets one go deep over the middle, and it is over everybody. So Seamster showing off the arm. They're not afraid to let the freshman uncork one. Looked like Almond was in the vicinity. Neither of the receivers were probably open, but it was good to let him get that throw under his belt. Second down and 10. Coming up for the Blue Comets. Chanute has had an easy time running the ball tonight. Independence looks a little undersized on the line. That might have something to do with it. Trips to the far side for Seamster, who's got Donovan next to him. Here's the snap. Independence creeping up on the line. It is a give to Riker, who follows his blockers. Now off to the left. He stiff arms a man down to the ground, turns it up. Independence defense stretched it out about as well as you possibly could, but he's still going to get about 4 or 5 yards on that run. Well, Riker, when he gets those shoulders turned, you are not going to stop him from falling forward as he made contact with the defenders. Third down and 5, under 3.5 to go here in the first half. Ran the ball out to their own 19. This is kind of a big third down here for Chanute, as if they can't pick this up, it'll be good field position for Independence. Seamster in the shotgun. He's got Leedy back there with him. He's got the snap. He turns, uncorks one, caught by Almond. He blinks a man, missed. 35-40. It's a foot race. Nobody's going to catch him. 40, 30, 20. No one around him. 10. Touchdown, Garrett Almond. 81 yards on the pass and catch as Almond turned on the Jets. And Chanute increases their lead with 2:53 to go. 81-yard pass from freshman Caden Seamster to Garrett Almond. Garrett has deceiving speed. He's a bigger kid, and he looks every bit the tight end out there, but man, once he got that ball, he was gone. Chanute will go for 2 after missing that last extra point. Now we're going to have a timeout. They didn't get the play out as fast as they want. The play clock was running down. Chanute calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. So an 81-yard touchdown pass on a quick slant. And once Garrett Almond escaped his tackle, he turned on the Jets and he was gone. So Chanute, who's lost, they came into the game without their starting quarterback this year, Eric Erb, who broke his collarbone in the first game of the season. They were without a very good DeFortis Harris since week 1 as well. Cam Kester came in as the backup quarterback, now starting quarterback for what you determined was the rest of the year. He went off earlier with an injury, walked off on his own power, but was walking pretty gingerly. That pressed into service true freshman Caden Seamster. 6'1", 177 pounds. He is not disappointed. He has led 2 scoring drives now. Now they will go for 2 after the mixed extra point earlier. Seamster in the shotgun. Here's a man in motion, the fake to him. Now a pass to the corner, and it is deflected by the defender. 2-point conversion's no good, but man, he gets just a few more inches on that pass, and it is a beautiful looking pass. 19-7 is your score. We got 2:53 to go here in the first half. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX Firescape Radio 93.1. Welcome back.
Graphic is down.
Davey, one of the tech guys, was talking to me. It's okay, I like talking to you. Davey's one of my favorite guys back here in the booth. You two. Now I'm making people jelly. Susie Cunningham, I'll give you the shout out. I'll give you the shout out as well. She gave me a hurt look. 19-7, Chanute leads. Enjoy working with these teens. Here's a pooch kick. It's taken at the 30. He thought about, I don't think that guy wanted any part of running that ball back. He turned and it looked like he thought about it. He's like, all right, I'll turn it up the field, and then he got wasted. Got tackled and brought down. Those poor up guys. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to kick it to me. 2:49 to go here in the first half. Chanute leads 19-7. And Independence brings our offense back on the field. Independence, very young team. They've got some impressive-looking players. Number 4, Easton Ewing, their sophomore quarterback, has looked good when they've let him air it out. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. It's an option out to the left. He pitches at the last possible moment, and the running back is gang tackled after a gain of about 3 by the Chanute defense. Well, early on, that bunched up pistol formation was giving Chanute's defense some trouble, but now they seem to have figured it out enough. And if Indy trusts the sophomore quarterback to air it out a little bit, and he's looked good when they've let him do it. 2nd down and 7. Upcoming here on their own 33. As the clock continues to tick down to 2 minutes. Bunched up formation again. Ewing in that pistol formation. Here's the snap. Fakes the jet sweep. Now he waggles out to his right to throw a pass down the field, and that is, boy, there were a lot of defenders in that area, and it was lucky it was short, because if that is to the receiver, that is probably going to get picked off by number 25, Quentin Harris, who was in great position on that coverage. Quentin, the junior, been pressed into action because of some injuries. So playing cornerback right now for Chanute, you've got Quentin Harris and number 12, Caden Seamster, who's also your quarterback right now, the freshman. And there was some sort of penalty on that play. It looks like there must have been holding. And so we've got 2nd and 17. So they send him back. Easton in the shotgun. And he's got trip receivers to the far side. He's back to pass. Here comes the rush, the screen pass as they let him through. Makes the first man miss out across the 25 and down to the 28-yard line. So they get good chunk of that penalty yardage back, but that's going to bring up 3rd and long as we count down. By the time we get this next play off, there will be under a minute left to go, and Independence in no hurry as they now Easton Ewing comes back out onto the field a little bit faster, but still no sense of rushing here for the Bulldogs as they appear content to go into the half down 19-7. They line up on 3rd and long here. Ewing in the shotgun. He's going to pass again. He waggles to his right. He's looking down the field with a little out pattern. He's got an open receiver, but he skipped it in there. That was the first bad throw we've seen from Easton tonight, maybe. As that ball was just very short. He had a wide open wide receiver, and that'll bring up 4th down. Quentin Harris was on the coverage. The receiver broke off and went out. And Harris, by the time he turned, was a good 5 yards away from him. But Easton just missed the throw. 4th down, punt formation for the Bulldogs with 47 seconds to go. Almond back to receive the punt. Here is the snap. The punt is a high, short kick. That's not even going to make it to the 50. Now it bounces over the 50. Takes an independence roll. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line with 38 seconds to go. So Chanute going to have an opportunity to be aggressive if they would like. It'll be interesting to see what they do. We've got a freshman quarterback into the game due to injury. But Caden unleashed a pretty good throw on that last drive. We'll see if they allow him to do it again. They are out of timeouts. That may affect the decision-making here. I'm guessing because of that fact, we're going to see some runs. Or maybe one run to end this first half. Seamster's going to be in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the near side. Dagan Dean, Blake Atwood. Here's the snap. Seamster waggling to his right. He is going to throw. He's looking. Now he'll run, and he's going to take some yards and get out of bounds. So smart play by the freshman. That looked like Patrick Mahomes out there. He tucked the ball, knew he could get 10 yards or so and get out of bounds, save some clock with no timeouts. Going to give him about 9 on that play. He's right at the 50-yard line with 30 seconds to go in the half. Been impressed with this freshman. He's got receivers to the near side, and Atwood, Almond, and number 8, Braxton Harding. Here's the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking off to his left, and he's going to get wrapped up and go down. Quarterback sack. And now that clock will run. We'll see what happens here as they're rushing around. They're getting plays set in motion. Looks like Chanute's going to try and spike it here on 3rd down and 5. Maybe. He is in the shotgun, and he will. He'll just spike it and stop the clock. 8.8 seconds left to go. 4th down. We'll see what kind of arm the kid's got, maybe. Do you let him Hail Mary this? Or do you just run the ball? The throw he uncorked earlier, that looked like it went about, I'm guessing that ball went 35 yards, 40 yards in the air. It was a good throw. The ball is on their own 47. That's probably asking him a lot to get a ball there and to have the offensive line give him enough time for the receivers to get down the field that far. He's in the shotgun, 8.8 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 4th down. Seamster, we got a offsides. Excuse me. Some sort of delay of game on the offense. Is that the call, really? Delay of the game, that's the call. Now they back up 5 more yards. Now ball is on the 42-yard line of Chanute. And now whatever play they were going to run, I'm imagining it's a safer variety play now, if it wasn't already safe to begin with. Now the official calling a timeout, official timeout. He's resetting the clock to 8.8 seconds. That was a dead ball foul. Clock is fixed. Now he whistles us back into play. Last play of the half, most likely. Here's Seamster, back to pass. It's going to be a quarterback draw. He's got a lot of room and a lot of blockers. Now he's going to off a tackle in the 40, 35, out wide to the 30, cuts it back in all the way down to the 26. And a good scramble there by Caden Seamster, but that will do it for the first half. At the half, Chanute leads it 19-7. You're listening to Blue Comet Football on KFEX Firescape Radio, 93.1.
The Independence High school band has been looking forward to performing tonight all season. Although it has been a strange year and our show looks very different than normal due to the social distancing and the lack of competitions, we are pleased that we can still play for our home audience. Tonight, we'll be dedicating our performance to all the students in our band that couldn't be here tonight due to quarantine. We love you, Paige Montgomery, Jocelyn Gray, Avery J., Caleb Hayes, Colin Wheeler, Lily Taylor, Colin Carnes, Garrett Knight, and Dylan Coon. We will be playing 2 songs for you this evening entitled Gravitas by Dallas Burke and Applause, arranged by Michael Brown and Will Rapp. We hope you enjoy our performance. Drum major, Zoe Mitchell. Is your band ready?
We are back. It's the Labette Health halftime show here on KFEX Firescape Radio 93.1. Chanute Blue Comets lead 19-7 at the half. Let's recap how we got there after a couple first drives where it seemed like both of these teams were maybe shaking off a couple-week layoff due to the quarantines. They were shaking off some of that rust, and it was Chanute early who drew first blood with 5:44 to go in the first quarter. It was an 8-yard run by Riker Donovan, who had a lot of running room at times in that first half. The extra point made that 7-0. And then Independence had their one really good drive of the half. They have had a little bit more of a struggle. It looked like a lot of the rust for them, a lot of penalties, just kind of mental breakdowns and errors. But they had a really good drive that culminated in a beautiful pass from their sophomore quarterback, Easton Ewing, to Hayden Smith, their number 1 receiver. It was a 48-yard touchdown pass that was a beautiful, beautiful pass down the sideline that Hayden Smith caught on his shoulder pad. He literally caught it on his shoulder pad and then took that ball and ran it all the way in for the score. And that made it 7-7, and Independence was hyped up. But Chanute came out with that preceding kickoff and really took the ball down the field. At this point, Cam Kester, the starting quarterback for Chanute, who was, of course, not the starting quarterback at the beginning of the year. That was Eric Erb, who got hurt in game 1, broke his collarbone. And so Cam Kester had been the starting quarterback since then. He went out with an injury somewhere in that long drive for Independence, as he plays both sides of the ball, as many of these kids do. And that brought in freshman quarterback Caden Seamster, who has led 2 scoring drives now for Chanute, who's been fantastic. And it culminated in a 2-yard run with 7:36 to go in the second quarter. A missed extra point made it 13-7 Chanute.